6 red-hot tips to get your articles read. There are many people who dread having to write papers or articles. Many just feel like it seems to be too much work and it all just goes to waste when no one reads them. To some people, reading articles seems like work too, especially if the article is boring and very bland. Well, articles are supposed to be read, that's their purpose, to impart your message and information. If it is not read, then it is a waste of time and effort. But all the same, articles have to be written to be read. It's just a matter of making them good. Making a good article doesn't have to be strenuous and straining. There are just some points needed to be reminded of, and some guides to follow. Once you get the hang of it, writing articles could be fun, as well as profitable for you and your site. Of course, writing articles must be about something you know about, that's why if you own a site, you probably is knowledgeable about that certain topic and theme. When you write about it, you won't have a hard time because you already know what it is and what it's about. It's just a matter of making your articles creative and interesting. To make sure that your articles get read and enjoyed, here are 6 red-hot tips to get your articles read. These tips will make your articles readable and interesting. 1. Use short paragraphs. When the paragraphs are very long, the words get jumbled in the mind of the reader. Just looking at it can get quite confusing and too much of a hard work to read. The reader will just quickly disregard the paragraph and move on to much easier reading articles that are good to look at as well as read. Paragraphs can be a single sentence, sometimes even a single word. 2. Make use of numbers or bullets. As each point is stressed out, numbers and bullets can quickly make the point easy to remember and digest. As each point, tip, guide or method is started with a bullet or point, readers will know that this is where the tips start in getting stressed. Format your bullets and numbers with indentations so that your article won't look like a single block of square paragraphs. Add a little bit of flair and pizzazz to your article's shape. 3. Use subheadings to subdivide your paragraphs in the page. Doing this will break each point into sections, but still would be incorporated into one whole article. It would also be easy for the reader to move on from one point to another, the transition would be smooth and easy. You will never lose your reader's attention as well as the point and direction to where the article is pointing. 4. Provide a good attention-grabbing title or header. If your title can entice a person's curiosity, you're already halfway in getting a person to read your article. Use statements and questions that utilize keywords that people are looking for. Provide titles or headers that describe your article's content, but should also be short and concise. Use titles like, Tips on Making Her Want You More, or How to Make Her Swoon and Blush. You could also use titles that can command people, for example, Make Her Yours in 6 Easy Ways. These types of titles reach out to a person's emotions and makes them interested. 5. Keep them interested from the start to the finish. From your opening paragraph, use real-life situations that can be adopted by the reader. Use good descriptions and metaphors to drive in your point, just don't overdo it. Driving your examples with graphic metaphors and similes would make it easy for them to imagine what you are talking about. Making the experience pleasurable and enjoyable for them. 6. Utilize figures and necessary and not just ordinary and insipid statements. Using specific facts and figures can heighten your article because it makes it authoritative. But do not make it too formal, it should be light and easy in them and flow. Like a friendly teacher having a little chat with an eager student.
Content produced and distributed by All Super Info. All rights reserved.
Discover the proven formula for automated sales and success that you can apply to your business in under 30 minutes.
Reserve your seat at allsuper.info/webinar.